For Ghost Cult Magazine, I'm Mark, here with the one and only Rex Brown.
Hello, how are you doing?
Doing good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
If I say too long, I might not make it back. If I think it's right, then you say it's black. Yeah, we all get away underground. So here we are to find a way to calm down.
You are here to promote Smoke on This.
Smoke on this motherfucker.
We have done interviews before, and you've talked about wanting to do something like this, and now it's finally happening and coming out next month, man. Is anybody more excited than you?
Yeah, I've been sitting on this thing for like 6 months.
Yeah.
You know, and so I'm just like, man, I want to just let the music do the talking. You know, I'm pretty fucking excited. Yeah. Can I say fucking this?
You can say whatever you want.
Fuck yeah.
So when did, obviously, you've wanted to do this, and now you said the past 6 months. Was this all brand new material, or was this stuff you've had in your backlogs for years that you kind of brought back out?
Both.
Both?
Some of the stuff, I don't know. I mean, it was just between. No, I went down to Nashville, and my buddy Lance Harville was there, and he's a great songwriter and killer guitar player. And we just started throwing stuff together, and he'd have a tune, and then I'd take it apart, and I'd have this part, and he'd, you know, we'd do our thing to it. And so we kept demoing these things off. You know, I was on the bus for 25 years, and I finally said, you know what, it's time to take a break. I was seeing some of my cohorts just kind of burning themselves to death on that road, and it's not your best. You know, you gotta take that time off, and I just felt that burn, and I hadn't felt it like that probably ever, and so 2 years, and I didn't take but 8 months, and I was already back to doing what I was doing, which is writing songs and doing, you know. But once I found, you know, not the hardest part, but the most challenging part was finding the voice for this thing. And once we got that, then I knew kind of what I wanted to do, which was make a fucking sonically infused rock and roll record.
Yeah.
You know, look, everybody is expecting this metal record with me singing on it and shit. I don't care at this point. It is what it is, and I'm very proud of it, and we worked our asses off. And I think I've worked harder on this record than I probably ever on any, well, you know, in a long time, I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
In the last 10 years, easily, you know. And it was fun again, you know. I had to stop and go, why did I do this in the first place? You know, why are you doing this? You know, there's more to making records and money in life than just doing that. You know, it's more about leaving, you know, something, a handshake or a good word with somebody. Then, you know, that's what life is to me anymore. It's not about being a product. It's and here I am being a product, but it's you know, at the same time I've got to promote these things.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah.
You know, I just I feel really comfortable and happy where I'm at. I got a badass band behind me on this thing, and we're gonna, you know, take this out on the road in the fall. So I need a vacation, but other than that, I'm good.
Well, I think it's cool because I've talked to several people, like David Vincent from Morbid Angel, that did his little country record, and obviously Nurgle did one, and they talk about branching out and doing their own thing, and how at their age, after what they've done, they, like you said, they feel rejuvenated and they feel more inspired than ever.
It's a freedom that you get that you wouldn't be able to do anyplace else. You know, I funded this record and everything else, and we were trying to figure out, well, how are we gonna put the music out? I just don't want it to be thrown against the wall and see if the shit sticks. So we went through quite a few labels, but I was always sending stuff to E1.
Yeah.
And between, you know, between Scott and Bill and Steve over there, I'm just in great company.
Oh, yeah.
And everyone, of course, two of my best buddies, Winston and Zach, are over there. So it just made sense. They've done incredible work with both of those bands. So, here's to the new Rex. Whatever. I'm
Rex?
still the same motherfucker.
You're still the same Rex.
I'm still the same motherfucker, man. But the whole thing is just I wanted to make a rock and roll record, and I can.
Yeah.
It's just that simple.
What was it always about, like, that style of music that always, like, connected with you more than any other type?
I've always liked, good riffs from the 70s, and also there was so much good songwriting going on in the 70s. I think, the 80s, there was good songwriting, but he always had the poofed up hair or whatever the fuck, and so it distracted away from the music. Then the 90s came, and I already been there and done that. 2000s came, and that took me for a roll. And it was just time. It was just time. People ask, well, why didn't you do it 10 years ago? I just didn't. It's about timing,
Yeah.
I think in anything. It's like a painter painting the same picture, but, he just kind of drawn a little extra doodle on the side.
Yeah.
I wanted to scratch that and start a new drawing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just something new. And it is rejuvenating. It's definitely, it's a lot of work, too.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's worth every, when my reward for it was dropping the needle with my headphones on in my stereo.
Yeah.
For that first acetate pressing and listening to it. And that, man, I could have shit gold.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was cool.
That's cool, because a lot of people, they just stick them in the headphones and they go. But if you get the full experience with speakers, man, that's how I listen to records every time.
So, I listen to it with speakers, but once I put it on the headphones, you can really hear every little crick, that little crackle, the vinyl thing. I'm a big, huge vinyl nut.
And you're like, holy shit, I did that.
I've got 3 or 4 different, the same record. It's Stranglehold or whatever the fuck Ted Nugent. I can't remember. I forgot all about Ted. I don't know why he popped in my head. The Wild Man.
The Wild Man.
Yeah.
Well, you've released obviously 2 songs, and for this record, I'm sure every song is special. But is there a certain one that kind of sticks out to you at this point?
I think it's the next video. It's called Buried Alive.
Okay.
And it just has all the parts that I wanted to make the record with. It was it starts acoustically, and then it turns into this big, huge swell riff. And then it goes back down. I think the dynamics in it, and also the subject matter is something that was, man. I was telling my PR guy today. I said, I didn't intentionally mean to write that. It just went from like my hand to paper to what that actually has this real fucked up meaning in it that needed to come out, so it was cathartic.
Yeah.
It was like what I had to go through after Dime got fucking shot. And I don't want to rest any laurels on my brother, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is not about Dime. This is just what I went through,
yeah.
And how I had to deal with it. And I didn't think of it when I was writing it. Only later did somebody bring it to my attention. What does that mean? Because this is the only song I'm going to say that about, because I think the lyrics are up for interpretation.
Mm-hmm.
But this one was more, of course, very personal to me, and so you'll kind of. We shot the video the same day that we shot Train, or the next day after we shot Train. So
okay.
It's more conceptual. Some really insane stuff. Yeah.
Well, I think that's cool when you talk about the song and the songwriting and everything, how your freedom, how it's cathartic. I think it feels like this is a record that not only you wanted to do, but you kind of needed to do.
Well, I think so. I think it had both.
Yeah.
It was something I definitely wanted to do. Then it became almost an addiction.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit, I gotta make that better, or what can we do to make that better? Which a lot of the times was just getting used to the voice. You know, I didn't like it. We were trying different stuff and putting all this crazy crap on it, and then we took it off, you know, and then it became this raw, honest, what I was trying to go for in the first place, and I was just trying to get used to it.
Yeah, because when I heard you were singing, I was
nobody
like,
nobody likes what they sound like when they sing. I mean, it's just like, you know, you listen back and you go, that's horrible. But then again, it's who I am. It's me. It's real, and it's coming out.
Coming out July 28th on E1. Do you have any final words to the people out there, man?
Just, if you want to hear some good rock and roll record, check it out. And it has its metal moments, but it's not. It just has this. If you listen to from the first note to the last note, you understand what I'm trying to go for.
Very cool. Smoke on this, Rex.
Smoke on that, baby.
Always a pleasure, brother.
Thank you, dude.